See how it looks. Hmm. Okay, we're good to go. Let's see. Okay, how are we liking this new setup? Actually, exit out of there so that way I don't hear myself. I heard an echo for a quick second, but that was because I had the Twitch integration up. So it's 8 o'clock. And just give everybody a little bit more time to filter in. And so let's flip the lid a little bit. So welcome. As you see, a little bit has changed behind the scenes and also what you guys see on the surface. Don't adjust your sets. Don't whatever your eyes. Don't wipe your eyes too much. Just reformatted a couple of things, taking advantage of a couple of technologies, and also taking advantage of some free shit. Yes, you know, I can't. It's on purpose. Man, people are just eager these days. I swear. I know they can't see me. I'm John Cena in this bitch, but nah. That will happen in man. People are just Bills, you're the most impatient person I ever seen in my entire life. Calm down. Why are you so eager to see what I look like? Damn. You already know what I look like. Man, I don't even know who else is even watching this. Flip the lip. Okay, let me hide the rest of it. All right, so that's an overstatement. Whatever. So, like I was saying, taking advantage of some free shit and combining the elements of OBS and StreamYard, and we're getting this. So here we are. Man, people just it's like you're trying, it's like the drum roll and somebody getting mad because the drum roll is taking too long. Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up? What's up, Antonia? No, Villain in Black. Villain in Black. That's Doug Thomas. What's up, Doug? People get me rattled before I look. It's enough to make changes, and I'm dealing with the changes on the fly. Well, then the drum roll is 30 seconds. Man, Bill's on here discussing the semantics and technicalities of an intro. I'm like, I can't even freaking do my proper intro without this dude just like interrupting every second. Man, hurry up, hurry up. This is like hearing stuff in the peanut gallery. You're rattled. Yes, I'm rattled. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm like, because I was, I'm a peaceful, calm. That's the type of energy I bring whenever I go online, whenever I play games. I don't expect that before I even take, like, if this were the stage and before I even take my first step onto the stage, that somebody already shouting, hurry up, come out already. We know you back there. Jeez. I swear, these like late 90s babies definitely are showing their impatience. So I'm already here. Jeez. Anyway. All right. So this is episode 13 of What the Fuck Just Happened. And as you saw the intro, everything has changed, but things remain the same. I'm going to drink my tea here. That's 93 is late. If you were born after the Washington Redskins won their last Super Bowl, that's late. Just letting you know. And if you were born after the Cowboys sniffed their first bit of cocaine, that's late. So why are we here besides the change? Because a lot has changed, and I will get to the chat in a second to showcase, because like I said, I'm combining the elements of StreamYard and OBS to bring forth this production. I'm a producer, community manager, executive. I'm an executive producer right now. So, oh, boy, that tea hit the spot. I got some mint medley going on today. So let me get some of these banners rolling. So let me go ahead, get that banner rolling. There we go. So just to remind everybody that you can find me on Twitter. And if you don't already know it, I'm on Twitch, which this is where this broadcast is taking place from. And you can find me on YouTube. So 806, got a few folks in here. So welcome again. And we're going to go ahead and get into what we're here for. We're here for impressions of video games that I've been playing, because I play these games. Gaming Streets is not dry. So we'll be talking about SCUM and newly released Hitman 3 that came out today. Impressions, not review. I'm not doing that shit. It's going to be impressions. And of course, the thing that happened today was the presidential inauguration. Now, why don't I look happy? Why don't I feel relieved that we have a new president? Well, I didn't vote for the guy that I didn't vote for neither one of the people that participated in this charade But that's neither here nor there. But there was an inauguration today. Bitch ass Trump walked out the back. They told his ass, it was like, look, nah, you gotta leave out the back. You can't go out the front. Take the helicopter off to Andrews and fly your ass to Florida, and so you can be the president of Florida. Because basically that's what's going to happen. Florida will probably be the first state to succeed, and you will be president of the Confederate state, the bitch ass state of Florida. So that's probably what will happen. So that we'll be talking about the inauguration. That'll definitely be the last thing we talk about. So there's a couple of things. So we're already on SCUM. So I'm gonna just hit this banner real quick. And as you see zooming below, if you want to donate, my PayPal and Zelle email is as you see below. And SCUM and Hitman 3 impressions. I was only going to keep that up for a while because I know it was hiding me, because I know what happens on first and frame rate, especially when Bills is third. VF will highlight something in the chat and it'll cover him the whole entire time. So I'm going to try to be mindful. Like, I'm learning a lot from VF as far as how, and just me watching, I haven't really asked him anything as far as how this works, how you conduct yourself, but just watching all these years, I've learned a whole lot of do's and don'ts about this. Now, the first part, I kind of did the same thing that he did, because, at first he wasn't good with the intros. And even though I've been good with the intros here, I've kind of, with this change, it just put me in a different mindset. So when Bills was out here being the crowd, the peanut gallery out here, it rattled me. Ain't no shame. It happens. We're human. We're not robots. Regular people look at like regular athletes. They're like, you need to ignore that. You need to ignore like the harassment and stuff like that. And they're human. They hurt. They just don't show it out in public. They go in a corner and cry, like Drew Brees did. So, trying to say, okay, that's what I need to go back to. So let's talk about SCUM. So that's the game on PC I've been playing. I've been playing this game for the last 2 weeks. Technically, the first time I played this game was in 2019. It's in early access. It's on Steam. I don't know if it's on any other PC platform. I think it was rumored to had been on PS4. I know VF looked up and saw somebody put it on video, PS4 gameplay or whatnot. As of right now, it's not on console, and obviously for good reason. Ooh, excuse me. And this game definitely has held my attention throughout the last 2 weeks. I've not played my league like I wanted to. I wasn't playing. I stopped playing State of K2 for a second because I've been all in on this game, because there's a lot going on in this game. I mean, it's a simulation, survival, crafting, resource management. You're dealing with zombies. You're dealing with robots. You're dealing with just making it in this life. You start out with nothing. Like you're dropped off on an island. I don't even know if the original story or the origin story of this game still holds up, but you're dropped off on an island with nothing but the clothes on your back. So you literally had to make things from the land to start out. Like you literally are, like, if you have to rip the clothes off your back to create rags and items to form other tools, that's what you do. Like you picking up rocks, you trying to get a stone knife so you can start cutting down little trees so you can get your improvised spear, which is, I'm like, which I think from what I've seen in all the SCUM content, the creators, they've posted on YouTube, everybody starts out with some sort of improvised spear, or they start off with some improvised spear in a bag that they sling over their back so they can carry more items. And then their secondary tool would be that stone knife, but eventually they get an axe, like a stone axe, like an improvised stone axe. And the map is huge. So wherever they drop you, and it's sectored off. Like you can view the map and you can tell by which sector they're all labeled. And what is it? I think within the first 10, 15 minutes after starting, I think you get a drop that could provide you with some equipment, maybe guns and stuff like that. But that's not until like you've been on there for a little bit. Like you've visited little towns, farms. You've been able to, and again, you have no food, so you have to find food that's there. So a lot of times, if you're traveling, you come across a town that may have a farm, like a grape vineyard, watermelon field, and just out in the wild, like berries. Even I think the character that I streamed the other night found a down tree, had her eating maggots. Good source of protein. So I like what I'm getting out of this game. And the character that I had streamed the other day, I got her up to the point where she felt like I got to the town. And the good thing about this, like if you find a town that's like has a lot of places you can search for things, you can actually just camp out there. Like I'll find a building. If it has a zombie or two in it, clear that out. And then make that my home, my base of operations. So when I do that, I can, make that. I can do that and like ransack the whole village if I have to find what I need. And I got to this point. This chick had a hiking backpack which could store a lot of items. There were a couple of drops that happened throughout the entire time that I stayed there, and had plenty of food, had plenty of weapons, because when I searched the town, there was a police station in town. And even though there were no weapons in the police station, I found a sawed-off shotgun, which I still have. Found a sawed-off shotgun in a neighboring building. So it was interesting to be able to, scavenge all these items. Bad news is I learned a tough lesson about when you quit a game. So thinking that I'm good, I got my character back to the base, and I basically just unpack her stuff, put stuff in the box crate that I created that housed a lot of my items. I put my shotgun in there, metal pipe, stuff like that. But I had other weapons that were on me, and proceeded to unpack those. Took her shoes off. The backpack I had it nice and organized. It looked, if I could have taken a picture at that moment, I would have. But I wasn't able to take a picture. And one day I definitely will find the controls to take the picture. I've been able to do it for the other games, but apparently with this game, those controls don't work. So I had to find something else. But so I exited out of the game, and I had another character I was running off stream or whatever. And I went to that save, and that character had a backpack. That backpack was gone when I woke up. He had the weapons on his back. It was still on him. And there was a gun nearby, but everything else was gone. Like I had food and stuff like that, gone. So I was hoping that wasn't the case for the female character. But when I logged in on hers, her backpack was gone. All the items that were in that backpack gone. She had no shoes because I didn't pack away any shoes, or what I previously thought I didn't pack away any shoes. But, I had this chick walking around in the snow in a snow layered environment with no shoes on. So I eventually had to kill a zombie, take their shoes, wind up getting military boots after a while. You know, everything's back to normal. But I need to find that chick, not her backpack, not the backpack, because that's going to be impossible, but a backpack. Hopefully another hiking backpack. And there's another there's a vehicle. There are vehicles in this game too that there are vehicles in this game, but the way the mechanics of it is that it has those vehicles have bars on them. They have the health, they have the battery, and the fuel. So I think the vehicle that was in the town I think it had the fuel, just not enough battery, but plenty of health. So it was like a little tractor, like a tractor type vehicle. What there are SUVs, I think there are cars. There's Humvees, not Humvees, but the quad bikes. The quad bikes are in it. So yeah, so and what I'm deciding to do is that on Saturdays at like 12 p.m., I'm going to stream SCUM. So at noon on Saturdays, I will be streaming SCUM. So you guys can get a chance to check it out. And it's not going to be like a episodic series streamed or whatever the case. It's just going to be when like Saturday hits noon, whatever is going on, because that's what it's going to be. Because I think the point I want to do for this, since the map is so large, is that just do everyday mundane stuff, you know, talk with you guys while this is going on. Maybe go hunting, because there's animals in this game like wolves, deer, boars. Did I say bears? I think I said bears. But you know, you can hunt for food, create a fire, cook, do all these things. And I think the core of this game, and I forgot to mention this, the core of this game is the character's traits. The traits do matter. They affect what you're able to craft. And all these, I think, abilities you can gain XP in these abilities to level up over time. Each time you accomplish those abilities, like stealth, thievery, rifle handling, handgun handling, archery. There's intelligence. You'll see it. And what I'll do, I think the first stream, because what I'm gonna do the first stream, I'm gonna just go for a totally random character, new character, so we can start from the beginning. So folks, we'll see what it's like at the very beginning, because it's a struggle depending upon where they place you at. I haven't been. I would say with the chick that I'm currently using was the most amount of items I was able to acquire. And I'm playing it on vanilla settings because it is possible to mod the single player settings. And there's also multiplayer associated with this. I haven't jumped on multiplayer. I just want to get comfortable to the point before I jump on multiplayer. So that's what I do. And I think sometimes on those streams, I'll hop into multiplayer just to see what it's like, because you jump on people's servers, you run into people. Some people that jump on, they come in, they want to, it's the typical thing. They either friend or foe. So I think that's the thing. I'm gonna holler at people every time I come across like friend or foe. Like, I'm trying to have friends because I don't want that many foes, at least early on. When I'm able to defend myself properly, because you jump on these people's servers, I'm gonna jump on the official servers, because people don't. I would like to see who's been on that official server for a long time. So, but overall, I'm liking what I'm experiencing in SCUM. It's very immersive. Open packs. Hold up, let me see. This dude bills open packs. It's like, yeah. Open packs. It's still funny because one of my first streams on Twitch with this show. Actually, it wasn't. I don't think it was with this show. I think it was with a game. I think I was streaming NBA 2K 20 or 21, and somebody was just like open packs. Maybe it was on YouTube. I don't exactly remember. It was No Man's. Oh, okay. It was No Man's Sky. I swear, Bills has a better memory than I do. I'm 40 years old, so my memory is just like my short term memory is very bad. My long term memory is very good, but as I move away from certain time periods, my memory fades. So, all right. So, the main event, really, of this show is Hitman 3. This Hitman 3 released today on all the various platforms except Steam, because Hitman 3 is exclusive to Epic Game Store, which is a storefront. And I have Hitman on both I have Hitman 3 on PS4 Pro. And by the way, I haven't gotten a PS5. And it's funny because since I've stopped whoring myself, like I see other people still are, since I stopped whoring myself for a PS5 and whatever, it's almost like it doesn't even exist. Like next gen doesn't exist in my eyes. Like I'm sitting around enjoying the PC and enjoying my PS4 Pro. Like there's no such thing as PS5 or whatever. And Bill's reminded me, it's like, and he came in telling you to play Madden or some shit. Yeah, that you have to stiff arm these hoes sometimes. I'm like, you come in and try to run your show. That's what tends to happen. Maybe people come in here, they want to tell you how to do shit, and it's just like, no, like, okay, check this out. It's just real quick before I continue on with Hitman 3, just on a sidebar here. I had a dude comment on one of the exported uploads that I had from Twitch to YouTube, and I think it was with episode 11. I just had like the dark screen, whatever, and you can tell people don't watch your shit or whatever, or it's a bot. Which I found out that the person who commented, who left like a couple of comments, had to have been a bot, because the person was just on there. They had no videos, no nothing. They had the regular plain, present company excluded. I know that's you, Doug, so don't worry. And the comment was like, it'd be better if your picture was on the corner and it wasn't all black or whatnot. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the person. I was like, this is the only exported upload you commented on, but obviously you haven't looked at all the previous ones that already follow that format. So, and the fact that I have this format, and now I feel like I have a better format now because I have my own shit. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it on both the StreamYard end and the OBS end. It's like StreamYard has their logo, I got my logo up. So it's a win-win for me. I don't have to pay for shit. Only thing is that this will be in 720p, which most of y'all are looking at this on a mobile phone. You don't need 4K or 8K on a goddamn phone. 4K and 8K were meant to amaze people with big screen TVs, not no goddamn jukebox for a cell phone. That's basically what that is. So, and I have 4K and stuff on my current phone, which they don't, Samsung doesn't support anymore. But I digress. So Hitman 3 impressions. after playing for about a couple hours. And I just played the first mission for a couple hours because the sheer scale of this game, I was just taken aback. That first mission, I literally was just walking around, just looking at stuff, reflections, looking at people's actions, listening to what people were talking about. Um, of course, I snuffed a couple of people so I can get in disguise. You know, can't play Hitman without doing that. And just walking to different various areas of that first level. You know, discovering new places, seeing pathways, not really worrying about accomplishing the mission because everyone knows when you play a Hitman game, everything runs in loops. That's just Hitman. I think there were a few Hitmans that stuff didn't run in loops, that you had a limited amount of time, but overall, like Hitman, the series since I think maybe Bloodlines, everything runs in loops. So if you miss your first opportunity, there's always another opportunity. But the thing is, it's like they have these NPCs and these targets doing so much, and there are NPCs in this Hitman series that have protection. And mind you, there was there were a couple of instances where like even a non-target had an escort, an armed escort, and they looked like they looked like they were maintenance whatnot. Because I went in there and I think the common mechanic in the bathroom, you can flood the sink, you could do something with the toilet. Some of the mechanic, the janitor or whatever, they come and fix it. And I think the person came to fix it. And there were two other bodyguards with them. But the mechanic left and the bodyguard left, but the other one was still there. I was hiding in the nearby closet. I looked, got out, snuffed that dude with the fiber wire. I killed him by accident. I wasn't trying to kill him, but snuffed him with the fiber wire, took his clothes, stuffed them in the closet, and went about my business. And I had to worry about cameras and stuff like that. But I'm like, if that first level is one of those levels where you're just sitting there like, wow. And a lot of people are coming off the disappointment of Cyberpunk 2077 and how it released on current gen, a game that was made for current gen that should have just been left the next gen. And you look at how IO Interactive did this game, and then on top of the fact, the customer service aspect of this release, if you already own Hitman 1 and 2, you have access to the whole trilogy. And they said somehow they found a way to optimize the other levels. I'll find out what that means, because usually that means you know how like you defrag a computer, you create space by making file space more efficient, that you create space. Sometimes it means taking away stuff. So I want to see what these previous levels feel like when I'm playing them on Hitman 3. But right now, I because I had Hitman 2 loaded up for just to prepare myself for Hitman 3. And I was just like, delete. As soon as I was able to upload those previous levels, and mind you, I had everything. So when you get Hitman 3 and you had everything from Hitman 2, you basically get everything in Hitman 3. So I just deleted Hitman 2 off my hard drive, because now I can play Hitman 1, 2, and 3. I could play it in chronological order. Each level is just crazy. The side missions are even crazy. I can't wait to get to the when they start handing out these contracts. I think I'm actually going to keep up with the contracts this year. because I didn't keep up with them on Hitman 2 or Hitman 1. And I feel like I missed out. And I wish you could replay those, but not get the rewards for them. I know somebody was talking about that. They was like, they would like to do a lot of those contracts. So it's not even the fact that this game, Hitman as a whole, has provided content that I don't think any other game has been able to provide, and has literally built in this trilogy, has built on top of the other to include the other in the next iteration of it, to where now Hitman 3 has all 3 games in it if you happen to own the first 2. So I'm glad I did own the first 2. And same thing with it on PC. I think there's a 12-month timed exclusive with Epic's gaming store, because I'll wait for it to get it on Steam, because I have Hitman 2 and 1 and all the older Hitmans on Steam. So I want them all together in one spot. So, but I'm liking it so far. I would recommend it. It's just, it's Hitman. I'm like, I've liked this game since the very beginning. I was there for Hitman Agent 00, I'm about to say 007, Agent 47. I was there at the very beginning. I'm playing that game on a gateway computer when the frames were struggling on 56K modems, dial up. I remember playing Hitman, and it hit this man. It took a misstep with Absolution, but it was forgiven after that. So I definitely recommend anybody who wants to, play Hitman, get this game. You'll definitely want to just sit and just enjoy each mission you do. I'm the type that I'm not worried about how long it takes for me to complete something the first time. But now in that first stage, I know exactly what I can do in several paths to be able to. And I may unlock some new stuff while I'm on that first mission, but I'm going to do the second mission probably after the stream. I know AEW is on, so I know that I had planned to do this for an hour so I can watch the rest of AEW, because that's the thing. Every time I do this show, sometimes I run all the way through the show, and I've kind of lost continuity with the show, and I think the show has kind of lost continuity with itself. So before we move on to the next topic, which actually will be the last topic, anybody got any questions? Now, I'm gonna just go to the chat, do a little recap. Let's see, what do I want to point out here? So, like I said, and shout out to Doug Thomas. Like, he's here. He's been here. I know I'm highlighting old stuff. This was when Bills was talking about damn drum roll. Let's see. And then we talked about all the rest of the stuff later. So let's see. All right, so Doug's like, I really don't have any questions. I'm chilling. Well, that's cool. Like, and honestly, at any point, if any questions pop up, even as I'm talking about a topic, because I see Bills is saying that the Nets are down 11 to Cleveland. Is that game on TV? Is that game on national TV? Because right now I got on Edmonton, Toronto. Oh, also speaking of hockey, Caps just got hit with $100K fine from the NHL for violating COVID-19 protocols. Players involved: Alexander Ovechkin, Dmitry Orlov, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and Ilya Samsonov. All of them are going to be out for an indefinite amount of time. I think it's not clear whether they are a close contact situation, but apparently they had a party in the hotel room, no masks. I don't know. But they will be out of the lineup for a little bit. So okay, Bills is like unfortunately not. It's on League Pass. I heard League Pass was free up until what was it, 31st of January? Or actually 24th, I was hearing. So let me see what else is. Oh, okay, because the game that they're showing here, they're showing Philadelphia and Boston. It's tied at 70 at the moment. So we have a 70-70 tie. And let me see if I'm going to do something real quick. Create something real quick. Nope, dude. Oh, you know what? I just thought about it. Okay. This is going to be neat. Y'all going to like this. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to take advantage of that. Now, obviously, I did it real quick. I can actually edit it. Hold up. I had to hide it to edit. Here we go. I swear, sometimes I don't know where this gift came from. I was born with a gift, and that gift was to create. And here we are. And especially on the spot, I don't plan these things. I'm like the Joker. I'm not gonna do that line because that line is funny as hell, but only when Heath Ledger said it. So yeah, that is true. You can talk people's ears off when it comes to basketball. It's like you and VF can talk people's heads off. I don't have that gift, the gab. I struggle through these streams. So and for me, my strength really isn't about talking. Okay, let me update that. It's really been about showing. Let's see. Boston is up 71. Okay, had to. So so now I'm sorry, I'm taking the sidebar. I feel like I have ADD, but I am literally sitting here updating the score. Now I wonder what type of software these people use. Okay, 72, 72. Oops. I put 2 in the wrong place. Because back in the day, they had to been doing this by hand. Oh, was that 3? Nope, 2. See, I'm trying to catch up with the game. Was that Boston? Yeah, that was Boston. So y'all see me doing some quick shit right now. All right, there we go. I had to get it while they had Embiid. Oh, Danny Green hit a 3. All right, so enough of that. I just wanted to play with that for a little bit. Episode 13 seems like it's try and see what works. So if I'm playing around with stuff, I apologize. I know people hate when people have ADD on stream, but hey, sometimes people. I tell you what, people with ADD, ADHD on a totally different plane. I know you can't keep their attention for a long period of time, but they have some of the best ideas in the world. You just have to have the patience to sit and understand what they're talking about. Because them people, they're the most misunderstood people on this earth. So Bills is talking about the boss game. That's a terrible defensively. Um, that last comment, that's in the no shit category. We knew offensively they're going to be a juggernaut, but defensively, yeah, that's going to be an issue. All right, and Doug Thomas is do your thing. I'm cool. I appreciate it because some people they don't like when people like just go off on a tangent, whether it's a rant or whether they're just enamored by a tool. So I was enamored by a tool to try to keep up with the score and show it. But at the same time, I'm also lacking because I got to keep this one up. Because if you like, you can donate to your boy. But that's if you want to. Anyway, let's go back. So Bills was like, definitely to the surprise of no one. Exactly. That's the way it is. There's Antonio. I knew it was going to pop up. Hope you like the new format. I'm combining StreamYard and OBS. So I wanted to keep elements of what I was doing with just OBS by itself and give folks showtime. Because I know that was lacking in the previous 12 episodes. And I wanted to find a way to, get people their shine while I stream, because obviously when this goes to replay, when I export it out to like you can see the replay on Twitch, but when I export it to YouTube, I'm responding and people watching are like, what is he who asked what? So people will get their shine on here. I'm definitely trying to make that possible. I swear, every time I look at that image, the way it's set up, I have it set up like right in the middle. It looks like it's a TV screen. Like tell me if y'all agree or disagree that looks like a TV screen. The way I have it set up, with the background being what it is. And by the way, that background, probably the best picture I've taken in No Man's Sky. I took that. I forgot how long ago. I think sometime in December. Maybe November, just capturing the sunset in No Man's Sky. So a beautiful environment. I could be doing the same thing in SCUM because, man, the graphics in that game are great. And the same can be said for Hitman 3. Whether if you have it on PS5, Series X, or PC, you're going to be blown away by the graphics. I mean, there's probably some new gameplay mechanics that I haven't talked about, but it is what it is. So, all right. So this happened today. And I will... So Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were sworn in as president and vice president of the United States today, just at noon. And I think they were sworn in. They were sworn in at noon, and then it really became official when they brought in, and the senators that won their contest, the new senators that won their contest, were sworn in this like early in the afternoon. So we are officially, well, I'm not going to say we. But Democrats are now officially the majority due to a technicality. I don't know. See, I don't think people are paying attention. Just to talk about that for a quick second, Bernie Sanders is probably the most powerful position right now because he is vote number 50, but he's an independent. He's not a Democrat. Man, the amount of knob slobbing that they're gonna do to this dude to get him to vote for their policies is gonna be off the chain. I don't think an old man could deal with all that. But hopefully he's able to take advantage and get stuff like Medicare for all pushed so that this man here, Biden, pushes it through. And Biden has already gone through, like, he's already, just like Trump hit the floor running, Biden's hit the floor running. I think every president hits the floor running. They start signing executive orders. A lot of those executive orders were to, let's say, undo the stuff that Trump was doing. Unfortunately, the one thing he can't undo right away is COVID-19 and the 400K people that died due to 45's fuck ups. So, and Trump wasn't shit. He wasn't at the inauguration. His buddy Pence was there, but Pence, they ain't buddies no more. But Pence was there. Trump went out the back, flew his ass to Florida. So he's down there. Like I said earlier, he's the president of the Confederate State of Florida. Florida will secede at some point in time. Well, I think he had already stated that he wasn't going. He said this for the longest time. But the funny thing was, who was going to be at his final walk to Marine One and whatever? There was like 40, it was like 30 people there. And they were all like, it was 30 people. And I don't even think I think CNN, or I don't know if they even broadcasted it. I was asleep when it happened. Honestly, I could care less. He could have left in a cab. I wouldn't have cared. So there was really nobody of significance at Trump's departure, which is fitting. It's more or less, get your ass out of here. Just go out the back. You're not going out the front like regular folks. You've done enough already. They did fumigate the White House, and let me see. Biden got a chance to do. They did the walk from the cap. I don't know if it was a walk from the Capitol to the White House, but it was. They eventually got to the White House after they were sworn in, and went in. Him and his whole family. It's like we replaced one family with another. So, but about particular performances at the inauguration, specifically the national anthem and wait, no, I'll just go by name. So Garth Brooks, Jennifer Lopez, and Lady Gaga performed the 3 songs that in all 3 in some way or fashion got roasted. Now, Broken Games HD put out this tweet earlier about Garth Brooks, and it was hilarious. Basically, Garth Brooks was it Garth Brooks or was it? It had to be about Garth Brooks, because it was just like, because he sang a religious hymn, Amazing Grace. He said, BG said it was the most. I'm just summing up what he said, even though what he said was short. It's like very unseasoned version of Amazing Grace. And Garth Brooks, towards the end of it, he was like, I want everybody to sing this. Not just the people here, but the people watching at home. I was like, they all got masks on behind you. How they know? How do we know that they're actually singing the song with you? It was probably the worst form of stage presence I ever heard. This man literally, after he was done, he ran up on out of there. Like he had this smile on his face, like he was he was on the come up. Garth, your country music singing days been over. Garth Brooks' last pop form of relevancy was in the 90s. Garth, you're done. I was actually shocked when they said Garth Brooks is coming. I'm like, what's this? Clinton's inauguration? Like Bill Clinton is being inaugurated, and they brought shows. Well, at the time you were skinny. I don't mean to fat shame, but I'm like you picked up a lot of pounds. But yeah, BG talked about that. It was the most unseasoned version of Amazing Grace you ever heard. I chimed in. I was just like, that wasn't the only thing that was unseasoned. That national anthem, oh God. She tried to season it. She used the wrong seasoning. And hey, what's up, Subliminary? Man, it pops up. Thank you for stopping by. Now let me get Antonio in here real quick. Oh, okay. Doug's like, when they started singing, I put it on mute. And then Antonio was like, I've seen some comments about the performance being bad. Yeah, they were. Yeah. They were. It was off. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good. It was like in purgatory. Lady Gaga, she used the wrong seasoning. She was trying to channel Whitney Houston. She come out, first of all, yeah, Bills. I know you hold up. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, you definitely if you catch the highlights, I'm sure you're gonna rash all of them. I'm like, we already talked about J-Lo. J flat. Let's just say that. Like she fat in all the other areas, but she flat in the vocals. So we'll see. Antonio was laughing, and Subliminary is like, it was weird. Well, Lady Gaga was. She always comes out with some eccentric outfit. She came out looking like she was in Oliver Twist. Like she came out looking like she was an extra in Oliver Twist. I kid you not. If I was really prepared, like I wanted to with this, trust me, with all this, I'm gonna get better. But if I was really prepared, she looked like I said, if anybody has seen anything, seen the story of Oliver Twist, or seen anything that involves like old like 1500s, 1700s, like Britain, England, maybe Ireland, Scotland, those areas like in the orphanages. Yeah. That's what she looked like. And you could see that in full color. She looked poor as shit. She looked was like, can I have some more? She had that look to her. It literally just felt like that coming off of her. And then, like I said, she tries to kick out Whitney Houston. She literally tried to go for Whitney Houston. It failed. Other than that, it was an okay national anthem. But she tried to channel Whitney Houston. You could hear it in the first bit of it, and it was just like, no. To this day, I'm like, some other people may disagree. There may be other past singers that have done the national anthem better. But Whitney Houston, when she did the Super Bowl between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants, she did that Super Bowl. I had that recorded. That, to me, in my lifetime, was the best rendition of the national anthem ever sung. Period. Point blank. Can't get any better than Whitney Houston. Rest in peace. Rest her soul. But yeah, Whitney still has the crown. And I had to channel that in my own mind as Lady Gaga was singing the national anthem. So I could hear, yes, Marvin Gaye had America the Beautiful, because it was like, America, America. I think that was the tune he was going for. That was a different song, though, from what I remember. Maybe I had to listen to Marvin Gaye's national anthem, but I thought he had a different song. Let's see, pull that back up. Yeah, because Bills was like Whitney and Marvin Gaye. So, oh, that's right. He did do. Okay, I gotcha. I remember it now. Let's see, but yeah, I had to channel in my own head the vocals of Whitney Houston to cover up for Lady Gaga's attempt to channel Whitney Houston, so I can get through the national anthem. What I did was I turned my back to the television set. I turned my back to the television set, and I just transported my mind back to 1990 or 1991, Giants, Bills, Whitney Houston, and a tear came to my eye. I was able to block out Lady Gaga's rendition and replace it with with Whitney Houston. So, and then like I said, I made a reference to J-Lo. That was the flattest "This Is Your Land." She threw Spanish into it, which was nice. You know, I know that probably triggered a bunch of people. We speak English in this country. We don't speak another language. We speak English. It triggered those people. I thought that was nice. But other than that, she needs to stick to acting and dancing. I'm about to say singing. Because she was flat as hell. I'm not a musician. I can't sing. Bills can sing, but Bills agrees that her tones are flat and her voice is flat. So you would think there are singers that you hear them talk and you hear them sing. It's two distinct different voices. This is just my opinion, and Bills is in the chat. I'm sure he'll have something to say about this. But even when I hear Bills, I hear two different people. His singing voice and his natural voice are two different things. So yeah, you can. J-Lo been practicing for how long? And but you either have it or you don't. You can practice it, but you can't create it. It's either there to be nourished or not there at all. That's my view of it. So let me catch up here. So preliminaries, like remember Furby from Black. She actually did a good job too. She did a good job. She kept it close to how she would do it. She didn't try to channel anybody else. That's what I remember about Furby. Antonio's like the national anthem. That's the national anthem my school used. Let's see. This was Bill talking about Marvin Gaye when he sang the national anthem of the NBA All-Star game, and apparently was high as a goddamn kite. Oh, you got a request here. I know you saw it. So, and then, like I said, you can practice singing, you can develop what you have, but if you don't have it, then it doesn't matter. And J-Lo is the product of she didn't have it. Like, if I hear my own voice when I sing, you heard it just seconds ago. It's flat as hell. There's no way I can develop it to sound like Bill's. or anybody else that sings really good. So sometimes I'm just content with knowing that I know the words to the song and can hold a note, but it'll be a flat note, no modulation, no natural ability to modulate my voice, or no technology to do that with. Let's just say that. That's for me. So okay. Oh damn. Okay. And Bills is like, all right, okay, so well, that's if we go. But as we all know, VF said that they're having a funeral for his uncle tomorrow, so we don't know if we're gonna go. And this is a situation where I probably will not. I would probably just fall back, like. And he already sat there and said, if he goes, he goes. If he doesn't, we don't. And I'm not gonna. And it's one of those situations where it's just like he said, um, it's a situation where he's made it clear. All right, he'll let everybody know, fall back, and that's cool, because that's tend to how I handle things anyway. I kind of give people their space, and if they're ready, they'll come out and make it known. So wish him well for tomorrow. That's a lot to be able to. When you talk about a funeral, and I don't mean to be down for a second, but dealing with a funeral and the energy of the emotions that are flying, they're flying everywhere. It's a lot, and it's going to be tough. So I wish him well. I'll hope for a seamless transition, and hopefully we go live tomorrow. If not, we just won't. Um, and it'll be just like everybody just chill. So, all right. So let me get back to the chat. So I was trying to hit this because Doug was like, Michelet has a clearly different singing voice and talking voice. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Michael Jackson had a different talking. He had shoot. Michael had a public voice and a private voice, and I think through technology, his singing voice got higher because songs were playing faster. Like his songs play faster now because of technology than they were then. But this dude had a public voice and a private voice, because you like, there was one home video where the dude was like filming. He was trying to like block the film, like try to orient the guy to be like, okay, do you got my chest? Like when he's relaxed or whatever, I'm like, his voice kind of, I don't know if his is higher than mine or if we're at the same level, but when he's relaxed, his voice is a little bit lower. So it's not like Barry White, but it's lower than what people make him out to be. So okay, so apparently Bills can rap. So we're gonna get a song and a freestyle at the same time. Are we gonna have karaoke possibly tomorrow? If oh God, this would be ultra embarrassing for all of us, because I already know Bills would run us all in a circle. But if we literally had a karaoke show, like not a karaoke show, but a karaoke segment of the show, that would possibly, like, because that would be I'm like, for Bills it'd be nothing, but for, I think, myself and VF to try to sing on stream would be a let go moment at that point in time. I think that would be a good idea to do. Let me see. So that's for VS Uncle. Okay. All right. So Antonio is asking me, what age did I hit puberty? I really don't know because I didn't experience the growth spurt. I kid you not. I did not. I don't know. I really don't know. Somewhere between maybe 13 and 16. That's I don't. There's not everybody experiences are at the same time. So, and of course, women hit it earlier. The average female hits it before the males, but I would guess between the age of 13 and 16. And I think it's a range time because a lot there's somewhere there sometimes there's outward changes, like the fact that people sprout up in height, like they go from like 5'6", all of a sudden they're like 6'1" 2 years later. Like what the fuck? That didn't happen to me. So as far as the growth spurt, but I would say between 13 and 16. Let's see. So Bill's is like, interesting enough, singers try to control their tone when they talk too. Imagine if folks didn't try to control their tone when they talk. I feel like in a ways I try to control my tone. And it's a tough practice because obviously in your tone you're trying to convey, seriousness, you're trying to convey, emotions, you're trying to convey whatever in what you're saying. So I don't even know if I've got it good as far as that's concerned, because I believe sometimes when I speak, my tone often doesn't express necessarily what I'm trying to say. Like the words are saying exactly what I'm trying to say, but the tone behind it, because some people expect somebody to talk about 9/11 and talk about it with a sense of urgency. I'll talk about it like it's nonchalant, but that's just that kind of conveys how I feel about it at times. So it's neither here nor there. Okay. So, all right. So you guys be the backup and startup singing group that plays video games and streams. Oh man. I think we should have a karaoke segment, and I'm sure Bills will win every single time because he probably wouldn't have to try hard. But it would be a contest between me and VF who could sing better. Of course, each of us would have to pick a song that conveys. And I don't know. See, that would be. I'm already thinking it would be ugly between me and VF. Like it would be, yeah. So we'll probably think about that someone down the road. It's not gonna be something that's going to be a quick turnaround. Nah, we're gonna do that. All right, so. Nah, not everyone. And there are things that actually can prevent people from experiencing a growth spurt. Lack of sleep, lifting weights at an early age. Like you and just to let you know, I am a certified personal trainer. And one of the things they say with kids who are developing, you don't want to get them on the weights. You definitely don't want them heavy lifting that like so soon. You want to, like, if you want to get them working out, do it through like their body weight, no equipment, get them running, get them doing squats. Like I said, do motions, push-ups, sit-ups. They can do those things, but when it comes to like the weights, the clickety clack of the weights, you want to wait until they're at the tail end of their development to really start hitting the weights. Because if you think about it, if you look at a typical potential collegiate player, they're at one body weight or style or whatever when they're in high school. They get to college, they're going to be fed, they're going to have nutritionists, especially if they go to a D1 college, a well-known D1 college, like let's say University of Michigan or University of Alabama. They're going to have a nutritionist, they're going to have the healthcare, they're going to have some form of healthcare to where they're going to be given the best to be able to develop their body. And of course, a world-class weight room. And they're going to be in there almost 24/7. But that's the time when they hit it. Now, people are hitting the weights in high school. Me, I really didn't hit the weights. I hit the weights kind of like my junior and senior year. But before then, wasn't touching the weights. Like through my own journey, I didn't touch the weights until I was like 17 or 18. Kept everything. I forgot the term. I kept everything to just, basic movements. Kept everything to like if I was doing squats, I was doing squats without weights. I was doing push-ups, doing regular push-ups, doing crunches, and then just practice my sport. So I'm like, in some cases it's okay, but it would have to be with a minimum amount of weight, because you don't want to put the heavy weights on kids. My guess would be at least until they get to 15. When they get to 15 or 16, that's when you start like adding on the weight. There may be exceptions here and there, but those are outliers. So I would definitely just leave it at that. Let me see. So Kabliminary say, do you feel these college players are being paid on the table? We've seen blue chips. We've seen that. It's very much possible. It's very much possible. I'm like, that's really all I can say, because I'm like, you had the scandal at SMU, you had the issues at University of Miami, and I think it happens more at the bigger schools now, because obviously when you start doing that with players and you're a smaller school, and all of a sudden things start happening at that smaller school, they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? They weren't good 2 years ago. Why are they good now? Where they get like this top kid? He was slated to go to Alabama. He's going to Alabama State. Like, what was this? So, and to tell you the truth, collegiate athletes should be paid. I'm like, I know they get scholarships, but the moment they try to make their own money, they get their scholarships taken, and all of a sudden it's like tisk. But the player, the coaches that coach them, the college that houses them or whatever, makes millions and millions of dollars off of these athletes. They get nothing. And if they try to get something for themselves, they get their scholarships taken away, or they get expelled or whatever. And that's not fair. I'm like, and that was the whole situation with EA Sports and NCAA football, and which ruined college sports video games for quite some time, because, and even though dude's justified, what was it, Ed O'Bannon? I'm like, the main person, but overall, athletes should be paid. Period. I'm like, or if they're able to get sponsorship to have people pay for them for doing other stuff, like if they appear in a commercial, I'm like, come on, allow these kids to be professionals and preparing them to be professionals, because that's what's going to happen. They can't be amateurs for majority of their lives. All of a sudden, you just stick them, like if in the draft or whatever, they're going from amateur status to pro status. There was no clear transition into it. Allow them to make money as a professional so they can get used to it while they're amateurs in college. But then again, the whole amateurs, I'm like, because I say while they're amateurs in college because I would allow them to make money, like they have part-time jobs. And if they make money off of, if they appear in a commercial, their image is used to promote the school, they should get some money for that. You know, don't say, oh, it's a part of the scholarship. No, that's not what it says in the scholarship. So, and that's the important thing. Kids going off to college, if you're given a scholarship, read that son bitch. Get a lawyer, read that shit because it's very important. So I'm about to hit the remote. Let's see. So Doug was like, he started lifting. You say you started lifting in 8th grade. I'm like, and that's the thing. I'm like, you can start lifting, but don't get too heavy into it because you want to just focus on, I can't remember the term. It's really a simple term. It's like, it's just essential movements. Just focus on essential forms and stuff like that, movements and mainly you can focus on flexibility at any time. So if anything, the most calisthenics, calisthenics is part of it, but that wasn't what I was reaching for. But it'll come to me. Probably not in the stream, but I'll be just laying in bed and be like, that's what I meant to say. You know, you have those moments. So, oh wow, we're an hour and 22. See, at least looking at this, I can see a live clock. It actually, I can monitor the time without looking down at my watch. So yeah. But calisthenics is the main thing that you want to do when you start out, and that'll morph into weightlifting and stuff like that. So practice good habits early so you can transition, and just the whole thing is just preparing yourself for the next level if you're a high school athlete looking to advance to college, and then college looking to go pro, semi-pro, whatever. And even for the regular Joe Schmo, just preparing your body just to be healthy. I think that's more important in the long run, is that you're healthy, that scientifically you're healthy, and you know, physiologically you're healthy, and mentally you're healthy. That's the main thing. I'm like, so let me see. So yeah, Doug was like, SMU in the 80s got hit with the death penalty for paying their players. You see nobody get hit with the death penalty when they cheat. Like the Houston Astros didn't get hit with the death penalty. I already outlined if Trump were to be charged with what I hope he ever gets charged with, the death penalty for him and his whole family. Yeah, no one wants to issue the death penalty in these cases, in these situations where schools, where pro teams commit egregious violations. I'm like, you cheat in baseball. You literally were telling people what pitch was coming up next using smoke signals. Then you got smoked in the last World Series that you were in by, I'm going to just turn it around. By us. And we beat your cheating. And you didn't get the death penalty, and the players didn't get touched. And immunity is a bitch. So, all right. So, Bill's asking for song requests for the next stream. So, if you want him to sing something, drop something in his PayPal. He didn't think I was going to have him. I'm telling folks, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Drop that man something in his PayPal. Help that man out. If you want a song played, you want him to sing it, gotta pay up. He's trying to be a pro, trying to get some paid stuff, and a little bit helps. So you need to chill out, man. I literally will be look. If you want me to post your PayPal, I can put it on the ticker, be like, hey, next song request, such and such dollar amount. Man, I know your manager's probably telling you this. I know she's got to be telling you this. I'm like, you can't be doing it. You can't be out here just you offer a sample every now and then, but you can't be doing this shit for free. You're good at it. You need to have people appreciate you a little bit more and get that bag. You know what I'm saying? Man, he put the Emperor Palpatine on the end of that motherfucker. He was like, do it. Man, he got the Emperor Palpatine on that one. Jeez. So, of course. All right, so I think we've okay. So here's a question I have for you guys as we wrap up. How do you guys like this format? Think it's a little bit? You think it's better? You think it's a step up from what I originally had, and the next progression, and the fact that season 2, technically, due to these changes, has officially kicked off with episode 13. I felt like 11 and 12 were transitions to 13. So, all right. So Doug's like, he likes it. So I'm like, obviously, it's not a democracy. So I'm going forward with this, whether people like it or not. But I do like to hear feedback from what goes on, because I'm like, I'll do something, but make modifications. I hate doing wholesale changes. And that was the thing with this. I literally put this together at the last minute. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to, creating stuff. That's why I'm not good with regular uploads. Hell, I'm not even good. I'm barely good at keeping this schedule not first and famous with what the fuck just happened. I've done 10 o'clock for the last 2 weeks and came back here. I think that I do feel like it's better at this time because I have the energy. It's not late at night. I was getting weirdos popping up in the chat at 10 o'clock, probably them West Coast weirdos. So I don't know, but I definitely appreciate the feedback. Antonio's like, it's better. Good. And honestly, I think it's better because I get to highlight you guys. And I think that's the main thing. I get to highlight you guys. And really, when it comes to podcasting, the show really, I'm like, what does it look like trying to stream and you have nobody watching? You can't interact with anything. You literally have to, like, technically, I'm an only child, but I have a younger stepsister, half sister, older half sister. Technically, I'm an only child, but when I was physically an only child, like parents divorced, my sister went with my mother, and I went with my father. You literally had to create stuff out of thin air, to be able to, provide entertainment. And I feel like I try my best. I know there are others out there that are more entertaining. So I do appreciate anybody who comes in and gives me a listen. And I think making this change, which I probably could have made this change if I knew what I was doing, in season 1. But making this change is really about you guys. It's really about just the fact that I can highlight you guys at any moment is pretty cool. And I think that you guys deserve it, honestly. I know we do first and frame rates every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll eventually get the banner up for that on here. I figure for this show, I'll make it more centric to my show as far as banners and stuff like that. But I will have first and frame rates banners up. Oh, hold up. I can do it real quick. Goddamn autocorrect sometimes. It's crazy. First and frame rates live. And that's the thing. I think was it next week we're gonna be streaming from Twitch and exporting to YouTube. So this is another thing. I'm glad, and like I said, some of you guys that watch on YouTube are already. You know what? I'll do that banner for next time because then it'll definitely be full-fledged, Twitch integration as far as first and frame rates. But just to verbally let you guys know, we do go live Tuesdays and Thursdays. We probably won't have a show tomorrow. It's going to depend on how VF is. I'm going to fall back as far as streaming as a backup because I do believe in continuity. And plus, I'm lazy. I don't feel like sending files. It's just me. So I do believe in continuity as far as one person who's been able, because he's able to take his if I were to do a first and frame rate show type deal tomorrow, if he's not able to go, it would add an extra step to which I already feel he's comfortable in that step. It may not be a problem from him. He may not feel, but tomorrow, we're all just going to fall back if we're not able to go, and that's fine. So, but we go live Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I would say the target time is 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, no later than 8 o'clock on VF's channel. It'll be on you. If we go tomorrow, it'll be on YouTube. I think next week starts either next week or the week after starts the Twitch integration, and that's a good question. When are you playing No Man's Sky again? Now that I've gotten this, actually, if I do stream, No Man's Sky, I'm gonna just do it straight up OBS. I'm not gonna do it through this. But I don't know. I didn't really have a set plan of when I would stream No Man's Sky. I've been meaning to get back into the game. Definitely at the PC side of it. I feel like I'd be better on the PS4 because I think trying to stream No Man's Sky on here, I run into difficulties. I may just have to turn down the resolution to be able to run it the way I need to. But yeah, I guess I would say give myself I would say a 3-week span where I may pop up and do No Man's Sky. So we'll see from that. All right, so we're at the hour and a half mark, and it's been nice, but there's only less than 30 minutes of AEW left, and I probably should have had it playing in the background. Let's switch to it real quick. But today's show was definitely needed. Well, not just needed, but it was actually pretty cool. Again, having an interaction with you guys on the crowd and the Bills being a bully at the beginning, but that's what this not being a bully, but that's what the show's about. The show's about interaction, interaction with the people. We have set topics. We covered Hitman, covered SCUM for a little bit. We talked about the Caps and their shenanigans, and they're getting hit with a huge penalty. And talked about Biden. And you mentioned, I kind of mentioned Kamala Harris' name, but okay. So Antonio was asking me, still trying to get a PS5. No, it's like it doesn't even exist. When you asked that question, I was like, "What PS5?" I kid you not. Mentally, next gen is not even a thought. I'm like, it's a lingering thought, but it's a fading, fleeting thought. So, and honestly, like PS5 didn't. If I was thinking about it, it's just like I had to replace 4 tires on my car yesterday. What PS5? What Series X? I got new tires, so I had to get that done because I found out that I was actually riding with nails in my tires. It's funny because it probably small nails because I checked those tires myself and didn't see them. I'm like, I feel the tread, look at, inspect. Like I do my own like 105-point inspection on my vehicle every time before I drive it, just to see if I can catch something before it happens. But it was costly. But I got all 4 tires replaced on my vehicle, and I clearly am not thinking about PS5 right now. And plus, it's barely any games that really show off the power. See, we clowned Xbox this current gen, last gen, or whatever you want to call it. We clowned it about not being able to produce games that show off the power of the Xbox through its Xbox One X. Neither one of these consoles, Series X or PS5, has a game out that showcases the power of that next gen console. They just don't have any games that they're making that target just PS5 and Xbox Series X only, which should have been the thing from the beginning. But I digress. Let me see. I probably won't get the Series S till my birthday, but I'm okay with that. I would say take your time. You're not missing anything. Only advantage right now is obviously what everyone's been crying about for the last 2 generations. I want to play my old games. I can't play Contra on my. You can play now. I hope you guys are happy. You can play your old games on the next gen consoles, instant load ups, blah 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 blah, SSD. Hope you guys are happy. It's gonna be like this for 2 to 3 years. So if I don't if I get the next gen console and it's like 2022 or 23, so be it. It's like what I am with this S9 Plus, with the S21 Plus coming out. I don't care. My phone bill is low. That's all I'm worried about. I don't need a new phone. My phone is just fine. So don't need a next gen, and that's that. All right, so I'm gonna get up on out of here. It was nice chatting with everybody. Hopefully everybody has a safe evening. I'm gonna check out this mess. It looks pre-recorded, by the way. I'm gonna check out this mess with AEW. Looks like they got more people in the audience, but it does look pre-recorded. So we'll see. So let me give a shout out to Doug Thomas, Antonio Wilson, Preliminary Sports, who is WRB Designs, Bills. Let's see if anybody else popped up. I don't think anybody else popped up this evening. It says there's 6 people watching. Who else is watching? I want to know. Who are you? Who's out here ghosting? I think it's Pooh. I think Pooh likes to lurk, so he's lurking somewhere. So shout out to Pooh, lurking as Bama. But yeah. So y'all said probably Pooh, so everyone can see that that's what he typed. So don't shoot the messenger. So, and they laughing at it. So yeah, shout out to you guys and anybody else who's watching, lurking. Yeah, Bills wants all the smoke. I'm not even gonna hold that, man. That's what it's gonna be. So again, and let me just last second, you guys can find me on Twitter. You're currently watching on Twitch. And you can also find me on YouTube. And if you like, donations can be taken at those places. So, that being said, you guys have a good night. And I will holler at you guys tomorrow or sometime. But be safe. Peace.